early start this morning. Playing games already, are we? Who won this time? You the one buying dim sum again?
Hey, when you put it like that, it makes it...
Ah, perfect, you're all here. There's an important...
Alright, I've got the time. Where are the goods?
Well, it's not just goods this time. I need you to escort a tea merchant and their wares from Chaoying Village to Liyue Harbor. A very important client has requested to meet with him.
Sure. What's this
Well, here.
If the client's that important, then this must be a very
Of course, the sooner you complete it, the better. I would advise you to depart as soon as possible.
Alright, don't work too hard now, Long.
You're a bit quiet today, Gaming. Oh, do you want Paimon to tell a story?
We're almost there. I'll take a rain check on that.
Wouldn't gliding be faster? Hello, you must be the tea merchant heading to Liyue Harbor. We're here to escort... Oh, so you're Gaming's father. Just leave this delivery to him. Trust Paimon, he's got this in the bag. Gaming is super good at what he does. Everyone at the Secure Transport Agency says as much.
Seems like you've made some sort of name for yourself, at least.
The goods are all in order?
Yes, they're all...
Then let's get going.
A very important client has asked for you by name. Paimon doesn't know how we would explain ourselves if you just didn't show up. Plus, you'd be missing out on a huge money-making opportunity.
I see. I suppose I will have to trouble you all to escort me, then. Let's go.
We've been walking for so long. Is anyone tired? How about we stop and rest for a bit?
I'm fine.
Gaming, don't you usually have some delicious snacks on you?
I'm fine. Thank you.
But the winter melon cake he gave us last time was so delicious. Have you ever tried it before?
This place looks nice and open. Why don't you all rest here for a second?
Huh? What about you? You're not going to join us?
I'm not tired. I'll keep watch.
Oh, but
Just let him go.
okay. We'll just share amongst ourselves then. Did you know, Uncle Ip, that the flavor of these...
Halt! Who goes there?
It appears that one's movements were overly...
Enough of your musings. Focus. Focus on the matter at hand. Present your exquisite ornaments at once.
Indeed. Bring them forth readily and without protest.
Ah! What do we do?
It seems as if these two are acting alone. It won't be difficult to subdue them, but they might have something else waiting in store for Dad. The best way to keep... Leave this to me. Traveler, Paimon, take my...
No, coming.
This is what I do.
A thorny foe indeed. Let us depart and seek a target softer in blows and disposition.
Don't think I'm gonna let you off so easily.
Away! Let us away!
Coming!
Don't worry, he's a great... Paimon's even seen him take down a dozen or so treasure hoarders...
But coming, if he had just stayed by my side and learned the family trade, he wouldn't have to put himself in such danger.
We just have to trust him. Let's go on ahead. We'd best get away from here, in case there are other bandits in the area waiting in ambush.
All is going to plan.
Okay, we should be good to stop here. Yongli? Oh no, what is he doing here?
Good sir, please listen to me. Reel in your line and leave this place as quickly as you can. There are bandits in the area.
Bandits? Acting in broad daylight? Oh. Ah, it appears many people are catching a chill as of late. If your throat is bothering you, Paimon,
Nope, no need.
if there are indeed bandits in the area, then we should inform the Millilith at once. Oh? Well, if that's the... Such matters are best left to the...
I suppose you're right. If ordinary people like us got involved, we would only cause more trouble.
Since we find ourselves otherwise unoccupied in this beautiful area, why don't we find a quiet place to relax while we wait for good news?
So, Uncle Ip does have a reason to be worried. After all, Gaming...
Gaming. The name sounds somewhat familiar. Ah, yes. That is the name of the Usho dancer who has been performing around Liyue.
Oh, have you seen him perform?
Indeed. I cannot help but admire his skill. He truly encapsulates the spirit of the Suani. Usho dancing has become more well known in Liyue Harbor recently. However, although performers are seeing budding success, they have no doubt had to face many hurdles along the way. Ones not so easily understood by spectators such as ourselves. If you ask me, what truly deserves admiration is persevering. I have heard many of my acquaintances praise Gaming for his kind.
Seems like Zhongli has decided to skip the...
Well, he's a hard worker.
You should be sure to tell him you think that when he gets back.
Your son is young yet. It's normal for someone his age to be a bit... It's understandable to find talking about such things in person difficult. If there's a particular sentiment you wish to convey, perhaps we could pass it along for you.
No. It wouldn't be right to ask that of you. This thing between us has festered. I've been in the tea business for most of my life, and I always hoped my child would do the same. Otherwise, over the past few years, I heard how well he was doing for himself as a guard. When you're young, you can handle all that. Every time I get to thinking like that, I cannot help but be reinforced in the belief that I was right. That I was right not to give in. I often regret introducing him to wushou dancing as a kid. If I had known how things would turn out, I would have never taken him to see those performances in the first place.
It is only natural for a parent to strive to send their child down the right path. No one would begrudge you that sentiment.
You seem quite young, Mr. Zhongli. Yet you speak with such wisdom.
Your words are too kind. Truth be told, rather than fretting about their future, however,
Then she's more easygoing than I could ever. I meant to say earlier, there is no need to be so polite. Feel free to call me by my name, Iptak.
Sure.
So, do you also...
That's not exactly what I was hoping to convey. Only a fool would ask a parent not to worry about their child. As my friend once said, if your children are aiming for the stars, clipping their wings will only cause them...
It seems I was too stuck in my ways.
You need not reproach your heart for caring. You simply need to loosen your hold a little. Indeed, with such a big heart, why not allocate the time you usually spend worrying about Gaming to the pursuit of other things, like going for a stroll, drinking tea, or taking in the scenery? You never know what surprises could be in store. Things can change in the blink of an eye.
The blink of an eye, you say? Do things change so quickly?
Children grow up in quite the same way, do they not? Day after day, year after year, sometimes in the blink of an eye, but always when you least expect it. As a father, I'm sure you know that best.
Yes, you can say that again. 1 second, Gaming was a kid.
Zhongli certainly has a way with... Oh, Gaming is back! Hey, Gaming, we're over here!
Dad, Traveler, Paimon. Good, you're all here. Oh, and Mr. Zhongli from the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor? You're here too?
A fate...
Well...
What does that mean?
Traveler, Paimon, come with me. I need to talk... I'll come right out and say it. Those two... Can't look me in the eye, huh?
Okay, but how did you know?
At first, their mannerisms seemed a bit stilted. But once I got close, it was obvious that they possessed great skills. I was right on their tail, and it should have taken only a few steps to catch up to them, yet somehow, I was never able to clip. People with that level of skill would have gone about things differently from the start, like sneaking up on us while we were distracted. Unless, of course, their real motive was to lure me away from the group all along.
Wow, you're pretty quick on the uptake.
I just have a lot of experience. I've dealt with many a ruthless bandit knight. In the end, I told them they would make good guards if they ever wanted to get back on the straight and narrow. and that they could hang out with me in Liyue Harbor anytime.
You ever consider you might be a little too good at making friends?
I'm guessing you guys were trying to help resolve things between my dad and me? I appreciate it, I really do. But this conflict between us has been going on for a long time. Even if those two were real bandits, and I was able to subdue them and show them what I was capable of, it wouldn't change anything. You've seen the way he talks to me.
It's not like that at all! Your dad really cares about you. You should see the way he talks about you when you're not around. Zhongli was talking things through with him, and he nearly agreed to let it go. You don't believe us?
He won't let it go. He can say as much as he wants to other people, but he won't talk to me. I'm certain of it.
You told us you wanted to prove yourself to your dad. Why don't you tell him about all the hard work you've done these past few years?
Will that even do anything? I'm not sure talking is enough.
You won't know unless you try. Just like how you won't know if something is delicious unless you taste it. Listen to us. It's time to put these people skills to good use. You can make friends with anyone, so why not your dad?
I'll do my best.
You are very knowledgeable, Mr. Zhongli. I'm impressed. Despite my being in the tea industry for several decades, it seems I still have much to learn about the art of tea tasting.
You flatter me. It was nothing but a few humble musings.
How much tea have you drank since we've been gone?
Ipdak and I have found many a common interest. Our friendship, much like a cup of tea, seems to grow stronger the longer it has to steep.
Well said, Mr. Zhongli. Gaming, Mr. Zhongli is very knowledgeable. You should take the opportunity to learn from people like him when you're in the city.
Huh? Oh, of course.
Ahem. Zhongli?
I have very much enjoyed our conversation, Ipdak, but I, unfortunately, have some...
Oh, I hope I didn't keep you. My apologies for taking up so much of your time, Mr. Zhongli. No need to stay on my account. When you're less busy, let's find a time to meet. I'll treat you to dim sum.
It would be an honor.
We'll see you off, Zhongli. You two have a nice chat, alright?
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Thanks for helping us talk things through with Uncle Ip.
I have been around the both of you for some... As for my role in the conversation...
You never change, do you? Why did you have us walk all this way? Paimon thought we just had to go far enough to be out of earshot.
A friend approaches.
Hello.
So, you're here too?
I've been here the whole time? A ghostly kite. Could that elusive Director Hu be coming to Wangshu Inn once again? What is she doing here? I suppose it matters not. It's you. I thought you...
Ah, your arrival is most fortuitous. The addition of the power source makes the takeoff more stable. It's just that
He seems quite immersed in the study of this device.
I fear it's almost too stable. It completely negates the pleasure of seeing one's kite sway with the wind. It's a bit of a shame. In truth, I'm here because Director Hu dispatched me to purchase some items in preparation.
I see. Much like she does every year. Much like she'll do next year, I would imagine. Am I wrong? Or has she once again sent you out to buy... what is it, sesame?
While we're on the subject, I do wonder why she is so obsessed with using sesame oil in the preparation of mixed vegetable dishes for Lantern Rite. A recommendation from Xiangling, perhaps.
I've only met Director Hu a few times.
Ah, and is that not a sign that you should visit one? This one here is a traditional kite, one without any equipped mechanical device. Many hands make light work. Perhaps...
All right. I have made my comparisons. If speed is what you're after, the mechanical kite is the better choice.
Wonderful. I shall pass that info. I'll leave these 2 kites with you. Perhaps you can find a few friends with which to partake in the activity.
Oh, wait. Who enjoys kite flying?
Well, I would imagine someone of your talent and wisdom is more than capable of finding out.
So, you were testing out the kites?
I would hardly say I roped Xiao into anything.
Seems like our pool of competitors is growing. Do you like kite flying, Xiao?
I suppose I neither like nor dislike it. Although, watching a kite gradually ascend into the sky does bring me a certain peace of mind. Perhaps they're a bit like Xiao lanterns in that way.
Kite flying is also a pleasant form of relaxation.
Have you ever thought about making a kite, Xiao? Cloud Retainer taught us how. We can teach you if you want.
There's no need. Menogias was the only yaksha among us who had an interest in matters of ornamentation and design. When Lantern Rite is over, come find me near Pervasi's temple if you have the time.
It's getting late. I should go inform Director Hu of our findings.
How's she been, by the way? Be sure to say hi to her for us.
The last time I spoke to her, she mentioned that she would be visiting Chaoying Village in a few days. If you have the time, perhaps you could also make the trip. If you happen to run into her, you can pass along your regards in person.
We'll keep that in mind. Take care, Xiangli. See you later.
See you next time.
Coming. I don't have...
Then I'll go. I still don't want to leave
Oh, I can't say I support that decision. Hey.
Sit, Shinhe, sit. You must be tired from your journey. Shall I pour you a cup of tea, or would you prefer something else to drink?
No need. I'm not tired. They're gone, Master.
Perfect. The time is... Do you remember the plan when...
Yes, Master. We aim to give them a demonstration. So I'll have whatever you are having.
All right.
What are Auntie Xianyun and Shanhe doing here?
Perfect. I just so or it would be if one has not been forced to drink it every day in the hopes of whittling down one's considerable... Oh, forget it. Such thoughts to... Has work been busy?
Drunk guests can sometimes cause trouble. But I...
Are Auntie Xianyun and Shanhe...
Oh dear. While one was busy orchestrating this act... What I meant to ask was... Have you made any new friends? We live so far from each other. It would be a great comfort to me to know you were surrounded by...
You already know of my past circumstances. Recently, I've been conversing with Guoba in the kitchen at night.
The poor child. I guess...
Let's move on, shall we?
That sounds about right. Take her to do something fun, and perhaps she'll loosen up a...
Like we used to do when we would carry stones up and down the mountain from dawn until dusk.
Dad, here, have some tea. Or no, wait.
Yeah. Coming. I don't support your decision to stay in Liyue Harbor. If you come home, there will be people to help you. I'm not saying we have to live under the same roof. I know your aunts, uncles, they'll all do whatever they can.
Huh. I didn't know dim sum was
Shh. Just think about it. Okay?
Dad really has changed a lot. But I... thank you.
It's been long enough, don't you think? Oh, they're drinking tea in silence. Hey, you two! Paimon's sorry we were gone for so long. We got to chatting with some friends and didn't realize how much time had passed.
Perfect timing, actually.
Yep, let's...
Gaming has grown a lot taller, hasn't he?
You must be Mr. Ip! Thank you for coming all this way. My name is Charlotte, and I'm a reporter from Fontaine. You can find me writing for the Steambird. I invited you here not just to purchase your fine tea, but also with the hope that you might be willing to sit down for a short interview. What do you say?
An interview? To advertise my teas?
I suppose you could think of it that way. We Fontainians are big tea drinkers too.
The Fontaine Market. Then I'll need some time to adequately prepare. Perhaps we could sit down and discuss the questions you intend to ask in advance.
Of course, of course! Please follow me.
Is this person also involved in your plan? And here I thought I had lots of connections. I suppose I've been humbled. You sure know all kinds of cool and important people.
Over here! Yoo-hoo! Over here!
Huh? What? Auntie Shenyun?
She probably wants to talk about the next phase of the plan. Let's go while your dad is still distracted.
I take it that all—
Don't worry, Shenyun.
I knew it. I knew that was all an act earlier. Auntie, she was so determined to help me. She didn't even care about making herself and Shanha appear foolish in front of my family.
As for the next—
Oh no!
What's wrong, Gaming?
Don't tell me you're the ones footing the bill for all that tea. I can't let you do that.
Fret not.
Exactly. Think of it more as an investment. We pooled together the Mora so that Charlotte could place the order. She's gonna bring it back to the Steambird as a gift, as well as a sample of the regional specialty. Fontainians will probably fall in love with your dad's tea as soon as they lay their eyes on Charlotte.
Oh, okay. Business-related matters always seem to go over my head, but I refuse to let you all lose more on my behalf.
We can talk about such matters at a later date. There are more important matters for you to consider at the moment, are there not?
Yes. I've been thinking about it the whole way here. I have an idea. but I'd hate to cause even more trouble for all of you.
That is for us to decide.
Yeah, we're all friends here. Plus, we wouldn't be here if we didn't want to help, right? Just...
Okay. Whew.
Got it! Just leave it to us. Let's split up and make it happen. We need to do those things we talked about, but we also still have the kite flying competition. Since Xiao already tested out those kites for us, why don't we also go buy one of those mechanical things? Again?
Welcome back! I see you returned from your trip. I really do have to thank you for all your help from before. Thanks to you, my daughter was able to build a kite with her grandmother that very same day. She even wrote a long letter telling me how much she loved it.
Oh, you should really be thanking Gaming, not us.
I'll be sure to. And are you here to buy a kite? Please, take your pick.
Oh, we already have a kite. We wanted to buy one of those, device thingies from Fontaine. Do you sell them separately?
Ah, yes. Here you go. Please, take it.
It doesn't feel right for us to...
Well, nor would it feel right for me to take your Mora. Good luck in the kite flying competition. I'll be rooting for you.
All right, then. Thank you. Phew, it's done. Let's get down to business. Looks like we finished everything we needed to do. Let's find a good place and put this thing into the sky! Chi-Chi, we're almost there!
Okay. Come here, allow me.
The Lantern Rite is as festive as ever!
Huh? Oh, what's going on?
Did something happen? What should we do? Oh, should we get the Millilith?
What's that? Have I taken that many pictures already? I need to load more film.
Wait, the wind.
Oh my gosh! Mommy, I want a big kite like that too! Do you see that kite way out in front? It's so beautiful!
Happy Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern Rite!
Gaming's performance was so cool, Paimon almost wanted to join in! You saw that, right, Traveler? Let's go find him! Oh! He's over there! Talking to his dad!
I think I'll head off now, if that's okay?
Thank you, little girl. Do you want us to walk you back?
No need, no need. Master is waiting for me right over there.
Dad.
I suppose I'll...
Okay.
Your performance. I've seen many wushou dances in my time, but I've gotta admit, what you pulled off there...
Wow.
You're serious about doing...
Absolutely.
Then it doesn't matter. What I mean to say is, of course it'll be difficult. But if that's your decision, if that's... Really, when I was young, I also... All I really want to say is, much like this kite, you also deserve to soar to new heights.
Dad.
Son.
Son? Haven't heard that in a while.
I bet you're wondering what's gotten into me, saying...
Well,
Anyway, to me, Gaming... Alright, that's everything I've got.
Seeing the two of them talk things through like this really gives Paimon a sense of accomplishment.
Now, over there, your friends are still waiting.
Huh?
I'll be staying in Liyue Harbor for a bit longer. When you have time...
Dad.
Go.
Okay. Then I'm...
That's quite the smile you've got there, Gaming.
Really?
It's nothing to be embarrassed about.
I'd like to find and thank Auntie Xinyun. If everyone has time, maybe we could all get together and go fly a kite.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot! Didn't Zhongli say Hu Tao was... We didn't have anything else to do today, right? Why don't we go have a look around? Maybe we'll run into her. The mountain air is so refreshing. It makes Paimon feel like she could float around all day and never get tired. Hooray! Huh? Did you hear? Sunshine! Blue skies! Good vibes! Right? So Paimon wasn't just hearing things. That voice sounds really familiar. Well, we've got the time. Why don't we go check it out?
Well, if it isn't my dear partners. See, I told you that something good was going to happen during our travels today. I have to say, sometimes the Steambirds is...
It's just your lucky day.
Are you guys also here to catch the festivities?
Oh, and Happy Lantern, right?
Happy Lantern? Wait, if you're here for Lantern, right? Then what are you doing on top of this deserted mountain? And that voice we heard, that was you, right, Navia?
Oh, impressive. You could tell it was me from that far away. You've got good...
That or your voice is just really loud.
Well, of course it is. After all, I'm a boss.
Indeed. I suppose it's an asset.
Sure is! Having a loud voice is a handy tool when it comes to communication. Wait. That wasn't even Paimon's point. Paimon just wants to know why you two were shouting from the top. There was something about almonds, maybe?
No, it's not a code. The words are...
Perhaps. But that's just what mountain climbers do, right? After all the hard work it takes to make it to the top, as you stand on the summit looking out at the vast scenery, it's... Exactly. You get me. I was afraid that it would cause a disturbance, so I asked the locals around here, and they said it was fine. Apparently most hikers like to shout when they get to the top, so the locals are used to it by now. So, you see, it's not just me. I guess everyone shouts from the top of a mountain at some point in their life.
Speak for yourself.
When you're stressed, don't you ever just get the urge to do something for no reason?
not really. If I ever get stressed, I just go hunting.
Oh, that's a pretty good way to relieve stress.
What I choose to hunt depends on my mood.
Huh?
Anyway, why don't you two
As long as Paimon has clothes on her back and food in her belly, Paimon doesn't think there's any...
Oh, I bet you... No need to be shy. Even Farina was shouting from...
Huh? Did Paimon...
Believe in your ears. It is indeed. Actually, the reason we climbed this mountain in the first place was also because we...
Yes, we could just about make out someone yelling things like, "Help me!" and what do you know? Miss Farina was standing right there, all red in the...
that reminds me. I believe what she actually...
So, you could actually hear what she was saying? Why did...
I figured we would come check out the situation either way. Why not let her keep some privacy?
Oh, seems like you caught Farina in the middle of... She probably would have never thought... No, she definitely would have never thought she would run into anyone she knew...
I think so. We ran into Nervalet on the way here as well.
What? Nervalet was here too? What was he doing here?
I think it just might have been, actually. But apparently he only stayed for half a day before heading back. He's a very busy man.
Nervalet is not the type to take much time off.
Didn't Charlotte publish an article on the Liyue tea industry recently? Maybe he...
My situation is completely different. I'm here because I was asked to accompany you.
You Fontanians and your...
Oh, it's not for me. I lost a bet with Ridesley, and now I have to buy him. It was just as Ridesley gets really invested in that sort of thing. But he couldn't care. You could give him mint plants that you plucked from the side of the road, and he wouldn't even mind.
If only he was that easygoing when it came to In any case, I'm pretty sure the tea you bought is this region's specialty. What is it called again? Yes, that's the one.
You didn't really buy...
Please, do I look like someone who would fall for that?
That reminds me. You guys said you only came up here because you heard my voice, right? I hope...
Oh, that's right, Hu-Tao! A few days ago, we heard that a friend was going to be in Chaoying Village.
Oh dear, we've been chatting for...
We should
No need to stay on our account. We just got up here.
Go and meet your friend. We can meet up at...
Sounds good. We're gonna head down the mountain. Chaoying Village is known for its tea. But you know what else they have with tea? That's right, dim sum! Didn't Gaming say something about dim sum being eaten in the morning? Oh, well that's fine too. Paimon doesn't care what kind of tea it is as long as it comes with some tasty snacks. Now let's see what kind of yummy things we can find around here. Paimon's not seeing things, is she? Is that Farina standing between Zhongli and Hu-Tao? Wonder what they're talking about. Zhongli knows a lot of stuff. Maybe he's telling Farina about... Oh, or maybe Hu-Tao is trying to rope Farina into being one of her clients. Hey, this isn't the... But Paimon could be convinced for the right price. Since Zhongli is there, it's decided then. Paimon votes for tour guide Zhongli. All right, no time to waste. Let's go see who's right. Great, now Paimon's shouting too.
Oh, well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Seems like our luck just keeps on...
That we were able to meet you both without prior arrangement must mean that...
Oh, so both of you are acquainted with the Traveler and Paimon then? Look, I must admit, I am a bit... But seeing as you're a hero who's been all over to that... Since we have found ourselves in each other's company within this fertile...
It appears you have been to Fontaine, then. Given your proclivity to spread good deeds wherever you go, it's no surprise that you would make the acquaintance of a celebrity.
That's what I mean to say is, you flatter me. Although I've built up a certain following within Fontaine, I stand before you right now as nothing more than an ordinary traveler in search. There is definitely more to Mr. Zhongli than meets. Given his breadth of knowledge on both academic and worldly matters, is he just feigning ignorance for my benefit?
No. Yeah. You're no common Tauren.
Does that mean Hu Tao?
You may not have heard, friends, but...
Miss Hu Tao.
Miss Farina is now one of my esteemed clients.
Yup.
Okay, you. Guess Paimon will have to break into the hidden stash at the bottom of her shoe.
Huh? What's this about winning something?
Don't tell me. You two were placing back. We just saw you guys standing on the side of the road and couldn't help but take guesses as to what you were talking about. Oh, I see. That means you, my friend, must have guessed. That I do, my... What was Paimon's guess then? Paimon thought Zhongli was showing the newbie around.
By new...
If that's the case, then Paimon's guess will...
Oh, that's right. Mr. Zhongli was telling...
You see? Paimon was right too! Since both of our guesses were right, there can't be a winner or a loser. Hey, don't be upset. How about this? You buy Paimon a bowl and Paimon will also... Since I was the subject of the bet, perhaps it should go to me? You know, as a congratulations for the huge deal I just struck. I was just joking. Anyway, I should be the one treating you. The funeral parlor is about to bring in quite the sum after all. Oh, Paimon almost forgot to ask about the most important question. Did something happen recently, Farina?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, you know, with you enlisting the services of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor and all.
Oh, well, yes.
Really? Oh no. Paimon is so sorry for your loss. Although Paimon may have not known the person, please accept Paimon's deepest...
Whoa, it's not like that, Paimon.
Huh? But Paimon just thought, since you hired the services of a funeral parlor and all... Hey, it's not that big of a stretch.
Really, Paimon? It's not like you don't know me. Do I look like I know anyone who would ask me to coordinate their funeral? Miss Hu Tao is simply helping prepare some props for my film. Not too long ago, I read a collection of horror stories from Liyue. The content was spectacular. Now that Fontaine's biggest star has returned to the stage, I figured it's about time the industry and... Hey!
Oh, Paimon sees. That makes a lot of sense. So, did you come to Liyue just to...
Well, not my original plan was to just relax and enjoy the sights. But then I ran into Miss Hu Tao.
It was a fated meeting indeed.
Zhongli sure loves his lofty turns of phrase. But if you ask me, it's all thanks to that man who stopped to ask for directions.
Oh? Who was it?
It's someone you know. Wanna take a guess? What? How did you guess that on your first try?
Very impressive, my friend.
Huh. Paimon never thought Neuvillette would be the...
I'm sure he didn't get lost. He was already getting ready to leave by the time I arrived. He just wanted to ask someone about the quickest way to get back to Fontaine.
Yup, that's exactly what he asked. This area is full of mountains and rivers. It's normal to not know the fastest route.
So, were you the one that pointed him in the right...
Of course. I'm also a guide of sorts, you know. So natural. But speaking of your friend...
What about him?
doesn't get out much, does he? No wonder. He was stiff as a board and way too polite. I would have never guessed he was here on vacation if you hadn't told me.
All in all, he was only here for half a day. I'm pretty sure he is the only one who would consider that to be a vacation.
Oh? This gentleman you speak of must keep a demanding schedule.
I'm sure he does. You didn't see him, but he was dressed like he was about to attend some important meeting. It wasn't anything like what someone would wear on vacation.
Is that so?
Wait, you didn't see him, Joey?
Unfortunately, no. At the time, it appeared as if Director Hu and Miss Farina were having quite the productive conversation. I know matters of business can take much discussion, so I decided to fetch some tea for them.
What a shame. That gentleman seemed like a sophisticated sort of guy. I actually think you two would have hit it off.
Is that so? Hmm? To borrow Miss Farina's
Well, with the Traveler around, I'm sure you'll have a chance to...
That's right. He's got more friends than he knows what to do with.
Well, that's certainly true. Oh, that reminds me. Just tell him the Palais Mermonia isn't going to fall apart. Even clams open their shells to let in fresh water. If he's really that much of a stickler for protocol, he can fill out a leave of absence request.
Seems like this gentleman is also in charge of something pretty important. In my experience, a leader needs to be able to roll with the punches. That also includes knowing when and what to prioritize. It seems like your friend still has a lot of growing to do.
If I remember correctly, he's already several thousands of years old. You're quite...
Oh? Traveler, Miss Farina. Those two individuals over there appear to recognize you.
Oh, it's Navia and Clorand. Hey, over here!
We saw you all chatting over here, and we're wondering if we could join in.
Please.
Oh, so polite. No apologies necessary. Any friend of the Traveler and Miss Farina is a friend of mine.
Ah, straight to the point. It's getting late. If we want to catch a boat back before dark, we should probably get going.
Indeed. Then, Miss Farina.
Oh, yes?
When are you planning to head back? Do you need us to escort you?
Oh, I don't think that will be necessary. I mean, you're not my subordinate anymore. You don't need to look after me.
I didn't mean it that way. It's normal for friends to travel home together if they run into each other on the road.
There are a lot of mountainous roads in this area. I imagine they'll be even harder to navigate after dark.
Exactly. Just like in those ghost stories. 8 paths converge in a wood. Beside them an old house is stood. If you dare to go inside, not a soul will greet your eye. But if you take a closer look, there may be something you mistook. A candle flickers to and fro, yet there is no wind to make it so. What is its secret? What could it mean in this wood?
My dear demoiselles, ladies, no.
Of course.
By the way, did I hear you mention that Then you must have also been a leader at...
Well, that's, all. Besides, being a leader, I prefer how things are now.
I see. Well, you've certainly picked an apt place to relax. Qiaoying Village is an exemplary choice.
Only the best. Thank you so much, Miss.
It's fine. The next time you're in this neck of the woods, I'll treat you to some dim sum in the city.
Dim sum. Is that some kind of Liyue term for snacks or desserts?
They are a part of it. It's basically a table full of as much tea, sweets, and good company as you can manage.
Oh, so it's basically a tea party. Sounds great.
Make sure to order the winter melon cake and the lotus flower crisp. They're so sweet and delicious. Paimon knows you'll love them.
Ooh, okay. I'll be looking forward to it then.
Wait, but didn't you guys say you were here on vacation? How come you're all going home empty-handed?
Of course I am. A kite, a parasol, a little tin frog that Chlorand is the one who...
So, all you're bringing...
And some tea-flavored hard candies.
Chlorand isn't much of a shopaholic.
Well, one of us has to practice restraint.
Hey, I'm hardly reckless with my Mora. I'll have...
Me? Oh, well, I bought some tea, of course. I just had to try all the varieties recommended in the Steambird. Other than that, just some bits and bobs, you know. They should all be things I can use.
Now Paimon's even more confused. If you bought that much stuff, where did it all go? Into one of Linny's magic packets?
Oh, actually...
Monsieur Neuvillette took them with him.
Oh, so that's what happened. Wait, what? Why did he take them? He's not hoarding treasure, is he?
Oh, that's quite the imagination you've got there, Paimon. Monsieur Neuvillette just saw the amount of bags we... I felt a bit bad at first, but...
He even offered to deliver my gifts to the fort. Neuvillette is a man of his word. If he says he...
See, even Chlorand was if even his trusty
Wow, he seems like a real... If only the funeral parlor had an employee as thought... Right, Zhongli?
Indeed.
Moran said Neuvillette offered to deliver her gifts to Risley. So if we go to the entrance of the Fortress of Meripede, maybe we'll run into Neuvillette. But we don't know exactly when he'll show up.
Oh, it's you. It has been some time since our last meeting. Few people frequent this location. Since I was...
You call this early?
Strictly speaking, that depends on the agenda for the day. I am hardly bereft of time, however, so working late is of little consequence to me.
Really? If you have so much time on your hands, then why did you only go to Qiaoying Village for half a day?
First, I should clarify that I was referring to my lifespan, rather than the time at my disposal. Second, I was unaware you possessed knowledge of my trip to Chaoying Village. I see. Thank you for informing me. Yes, they have been
I have to just a simple gift delivery, and she has the great and mighty you.
I was just passing through.
All right. Then I hereby confirm
A verbal receipt of confirmation?
Guess not. This quantity of tea, though, seems a little excessive for a gift, don't you think?
About. Much of that is my own excess.
Oh?
It was buy 10 boxes, get half off.
Ah, that explains it then. Well, go ahead and leave them to me.
You have my thanks. Oh, there's something else I'd like to give to you.
This is a stone slate.
Well, that is an apt description. It is
a legal codex, huh?
Before the advent of modern writing utensils, information was recorded on stone.
Oh.
Since ancient times, the scales of justice, as a tribute to that sentiment, this slate was designed after a traditional legal codex. During my travels recently, I chanced upon a roadside stall offering tourists the opportunity. We joked with Claran some time ago about gifting you a legal codex.
Ah, so that's what...
I did not expect you to remember it as well. In any case, I hope this can be considered as a reasonable attempt.
It is a very good attempt. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Even your gift of this significance deserves to be put on display, and I know just...
surely there's no need for such a...
Just kidding. I don't have anything like a showroom. But we do have a storage room. We can put it next to all the mechanical parts, see...
That sounds good to me.
So that's what you were doing in Chaoying Village.
Indeed. Of course, while the aftertaste is much purer than what I have delivered to me in Fontaine, it stands to reason that the long-distance transport has a tendency to imbue the water with extraneous emotion. If you want to experience the true flavor, you simply have to go to the source. Perhaps I should organize some time. Then we are of the same mind. It appears...
If you say so, but you know you don't have to just... After all, you're heartily bereft of time.
You're quite right. I suppose I suffer not from a lack of opportunity, but rather However, after reading a few articles about Liyue's holiday traditions, the idea popped into my head and made it Seeing as I was free of responsibilities for the morning, I decided to depart at once. Refreshing. My spontaneous outing seemed to inspire quite a few other spontaneous decisions. Take, for example, my foray into ceramics. In the past, I never thought about how quotidian vessels were crafted. This is also something I made today.
That's a ladle? Paimon thought it was supposed to be some long-necked sea creature.
That was indeed one of my inspirations. Really? You like it? To tell you the truth, given your unexpected arrival, I find myself quite unequipped to give you the welcome you deserve. Around such an important holiday such as this, human custom would dictate that gifts should be in order. But I'm afraid this is all I can offer. If you'll have it, that is. That is precisely why it would do me such a great honor if you accepted. You are most welcome. Happy Lantern Rite. Approve a leave of absence. That sounds like it could easily lead to a vicious cycle of self-indulgence. Something which couldn't, but I suppose I understand her point. My proclivity to refrain from personal outings does in part originate from... But now I see that the human world is indeed full of many interesting places to discover.